All right, welcome back. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is setting your goals. And I'm going to just share with you some thoughts and ideas that will be helpful in doing this. The first thing I want to share with you is that we're going to be doing this in a couple of phases. So don't be surprised by that when we come back to it, or if you're working on this and you think to yourself, wow, isn't there more to this? And the answer is yes, there's going to be more to it. This is just kind of phase one. So let's talk about setting your goals. Here's just a few suggestions for you. First of all, my suggestion is writing them down versus putting them on your computer. There's something about the act of writing that I find to be much more powerful. The second thing I would suggest is keep them together, like in a journal or a binder in one place so you can grab them fairly easily. Make them positive. I think that speaks for itself. Make them exciting. Like when you set goals, they should fire you up and get you excited. Even if it's something like, I'm just going to make this up. Like say you want to, you have a goal of starting to run again, even though it's going to be painful. What you want to do is be focusing on, yeah, but what's the end result going to be? I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel much better. I'm going to get in shape, those kinds of things. Okay. And the next thing I just mentioned is review them often. So that's what we're going to be talking about on this in this video as well. All right, so let's talk about it. So this is phase one, and it's really pretty simple actually. Number one, just what? What is it? Number two, why? Why are you going to be doing this? What's the point of this? And number three, when? And the way that I do this to make sure that I'm doing it right and that I'm on track is I use something called SMART goals. We'll go over that in a minute, but it's a very, very popular way of setting goals. It's out there on the internet. If you look at it, you'll see 1,000 different examples of it. So what I thought I would do with you is go through an example of how I do this phase one in my own goal setting exercises. And so I came up with this idea of this class. I mean, this class is a goal for me. So I had to come up with my what. So in this case, what's the goal? Well, it's create and teach a course on goal setting and manifesting. So that's my what, right? Second thing, why? Well, my why is because I've wanted to do this for years and want to start to share more and more and teach more. So that's my why. When I wanted to have this done, completed by December 1st, 2023. And the reason I wanted it to be done is because I want to do like a big outing or a workshop, all day workshop during the month of January. So I wanted to use this as a dry run. So I wanted to make sure that I got this completed by December 1st, 2023. So then the next thing I do is I run this through and say, okay, well, is it a SMART goal? So what is a SMART goal specifically? So a SMART goal it's an acronym, and it starts off with, is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it relevant? And is it timely? So anytime you set a goal, you should run it by those 5 things just to make sure that it is in the format that I'm going to suggest that you use. Okay. So let's look at that. Number 1, is it specific? Well, my goal is to complete this course. In other words, create it and complete it, have gone through it. That's pretty specific. Is it measurable? And the answer is yes, it's measurable. I can measure it because it's the course and I'll be done with it, right? Is it achievable? In other words, is it in my wheelhouse? Can I actually do this? Is it realistic? Yes, it's realistic and achievable. Yes, I can do that. Is it relevant? It's completely relevant because what I'm wanting to do is go through this thing and go through an experience of it so that I can be ready and more prepared when I come into January, because I have a bigger goal and plan, right? Last but not least, is it timely? Yeah, it's timed. It's got a timestamp on it. December 2023. So does my goal reach check all the boxes? And the answer is yes, it checks all the boxes. Okay. So I know it sounds simple, but the truth is we want to keep it simple. We don't want to make goal setting a big hairy creature, because what happens is when you really start getting good at this, then you have a lot of different things that you want to accomplish. But anyways, that's our SMART goals. So one thing I want to talk about, because often people will say, yeah, I know, Mike, but what about how? Like, shouldn't we list how we're going to do this? And here's what I'm going to share with you. This is kind of one of those paradox situations. A lot of people will stop, myself included, when I think about achieving a goal and I have no clue how I'm going to do it. When I was younger, I had a goal to be a millionaire and I had no clue how I was going to do it. And it completely shut me down, right? Because I'm like, well, I have no idea how I'm going to do that. And here's the thing about it is you set the goal anyways, and you trust that the how will come. So that's the key with it is you don't worry about the how right at the second. You just set the goal and then you trust yourself, you trust the universe. We're going to get into talking about different parts of you that is able to attract the how to you. So for this moment right here, right now, we let it go. Okay. So we let go of the how. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. So your homework is basically, so your homework then is to real simple, just for every goal that you set, complete the goal setting formula for right now. And again, there's going to be a phase 2. So we're gonna have another part of that, but I'm gonna put a PDF in here that can be a simple sheet that you can fill out. And then once we get to phase 2, then you'll be able to fill out phase 2 of it as well. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.